Listen up, partners. This is Good, Bad, Ugly on World Improv Network.
Good evening, everyone. I am Alex.
I'm David.
I'm Brittany.
And we're your Astute Win counselors, get you through the week with any daily grind issues you may be experiencing or any problems you want us to resolve for you whatsoever. So let's get to our first winner. Our first winner is Clifton from Yosemite, California, and he writes, Dear Win, I get inspiration when I mop. What activities do you get inspiration from? Dave, I can see you chomping at the bit on this one.
Yeah, because recently I got inspired. I was drinking a cup of coffee, playing a slot machine.
Wow.
And I just could not lose. And so I started spacing out. And I was very inspired. I was like having all these insights about life and what direction to go next. It was actually to leave that slot machine after a while. But yeah, that inspires me. Actually just like vegging out, like whatever it takes to do that. You know, if it's swimming or running or playing slot machines, drinking coffee.
But that sounds pretty profound because like the slot machine keeps giving, new random generated stuff in front of you. So that's like life. But then you never losing is also like, I'm not gonna lose
but
no
also
matter what I
like
do.
the randomness and the randomness, like it gave me, that slot machine gave me permission to let my mind be random and brainstorm.
Oh, that's cool.
I should be a CEO.
You should.
Yeah. Of slot machines.
Of something,
Yeah.
you know what? You
Inc.
should- Yeah, Inc. Slots, Inc. What do you think, Britt?
I think, I wouldn't ever say I don't mop. So that's number one. So I don't get inspiration that way. But I will say the other mundane activities, absolutely. Like cooking or something like
Right.
that, we're just driving and watching those people sing in the car next to you. That inspires me.
Or cooking and driving.
Cooking and driving.
Cooking and driving.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Mhm.
You can get like
Yeah.
a solar charged fryer, and George Foreman grill, put on your dash.
Just put it on your car grill.
Right? On your car
Oh,
grill.
yeah.
Yeah.
Heats up real nice.
Yeah.
Pizza.
You could do
Perfect.
pizza. You could like do a steak. You could even put some salmon over, on some
Oh.
lemon butter.
Eggs
Yeah.
Yeah.
poached.
Eggs poached.
And then you can pull your spark plugs, and on top of that, drizzle a little bit of oil. It's natural.
Oh, man.
Came from dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
So cooking and driving, huh? Have you ever had a problem doing that, or are there certain recipes that are better when you're driving?
Usually, just something that's not messy.
Right?
So we'll just keep it cereals,
Hot Pocket.
cooking some cereals and Hot Pockets. Mm-hmm.
Maybe like Land O'Lakes or something. Fish,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Like fish sticks.
What about
Yeah,
a pot
what are the-
pie?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Just let that just heat on the dash.
Yeah,
Like a banquet chicken pot.
that'd be awesome.
Ah.
And make sure to have the vegetables out there get really hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And put a slit up top or it'll explode.
Yeah. All over your
Yeah.
windshield.
Well, explode in your mouth if you don't let it cool down.
That's a good
For
point.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So mundane activities like that inspire you.
Not the activity itself. It's the act of doing something and then just letting your mind wander.
Uh-huh.
Like a nice puzzle.
Right?
Do a puzzle,
Mm.
Now, does it inspire creativity or inspire you to do something more like run a marathon or something?
Yeah. I mean, that's usually my next thing that I do after I do a puzzle
Is
is,
this run a marathon?
yeah, usually.
What
just,
if you ran a marathon while putting a puzzle together?
that'd be
You could have
pretty-
like a little shoulder strap TV desk or something.
I think that'd be simple.
That'd be cool.
Like that's a very simple task.
Maybe you should run a marathon with a puzzle of that city where you're running that marathon.
With
And
a
then-
car grill on your head baking a cake.
But don't forget to cut slits in it because that's going to
Slits.
be too hot.
Exploding when you're on the marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that's just a bad idea.
A bad idea.
Mhm.
You could carry a banquet pot pie in your fanny pack
Because among other things, you carry in a fanny pack while you're running.
and
around.
monitor its heart rate so it doesn't explode.
Well,
Mhm.
and those are very good points because I get my inspiration when I chew on my toenails. Without a doubt, there's nothing more inspiring to me than when I sit there because I'm pretty tall. So getting my toenail up to my mouth is a challenge to start with.
Right.
But then when I start gnawing away on them, it really like does some damage on my
Mhm.
teeth and it reminds me that I'm human. So
It's like yoga.
Yeah.
That's a yoga move.
it's totally a yoga move. And the thing is, it inspires
Downward toenail mouth.
me to inspires me to greatness because I realize I'm so fragile, but I need to be so tough and I need to be so driven to do more than just sit there and gnaw on my toenail.
Do you have toe fungus?
I don't. I can't tell because the flavor is kind of like a mix between a mango. My big toe kind of tastes like a mango, and sometimes it has a spicy chili siracha flavor to it.
But not like chicken.
So I don't know if does fungus.
Yeah, if it tastes like chicken, it's fungus.
Yeah, well, is that what it is? Because
Yeah.
I don't know what fungus. I haven't.
It's that fungus everyone gets in their toes. First date check.
That's the
Let me see
chicken.
your toes.
So
Yeah,
if you
bring
pull
'em
out
out.
if you pull out someone's foot on a first date and it tastes like chicken,
You
they
got to
a
chew on
fungus.
their toenail.
And then you got if it tastes like chicken, you're gone.
Fungus.
That's a
Mhm.
wrap.
But
Red
Vicks
flag.
Vapor Rub will make it go away.
Really?
Proven fact.
Yep.
Scientific.
That's
Mhm.
cool. So all you daters out there, especially if you're like, we heard this cool court case. It had to do with Plenty of Fish and Bumble. So those who are using Plenty of Fish and Bumble, remember, if you go on a date, pull off that person's shoe, rip off their sock, chew on their toenail. If it tastes like chicken, break out your Vicks Vapor Rub. Or if you didn't really like them that much, set them free. Our second winner is Giuseppe from Milan, Italy, and he writes, Dear Win, where's the last place in the world you would want to be stranded? Wow. The last place in the world you want to be stranded. Good old Giuseppe from Milan, Italy asked that question. Dave, where would you want to be stranded?
Where would I want to be
The
stranded?
last place you would.
The last place I'd want to be stranded?
Maybe, that's a good question because of how you
Los
take that.
Angeles.
So,
Airport.
Right.
LAX.
okay, so now that would be your favorite place or the
Last
least favorite place? Because the way he writes it, it could be the last place you ever be stranded before you die.
Before I
Oh.
die.
But it might not be that. It also might be I would never
Same
want to be
answer. LAX.
Without a doubt.
Shoot me down.
But that's an inspirational place.
That is.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's under construction all the time. The traffic's horrible.
There's that restaurant in the middle
Yep.
that no one ever eats at.
Never.
But they have free hors d'oeuvres on Tuesdays at 6.
At 6 o'clock.
For 15 minutes.
So, yeah, what about you, Britt? Last place
Chicken
you'd want to be
fingers.
stranded, either good or bad, depending on how you read this question.
Oh man. Gosh. Somewhere just freezing. Like I would never want to be just what's the point? What's the point of being anywhere cold? You
So
know
you
what I mean?
you wouldn't want to like frolic around with penguins in Antarctica or anything?
Not unless they were chewing on my shins. No.
Right.
No, that'd be horrible.
It
Like,
would be.
Some are cold or some are hot.
Like the Ethiopian, like the Lal depression in Ethiopia.
Yeah, that probably be top 5, maybe worst places.
Do you think you could ever run a marathon there? 140 degrees?
Well, these people do. So
Oh.
yes, I probably give it a crack. Yeah.
You'd have to lather up something fierce with some sunscreen. huh?
Oh, the skin absolutely.
And
Yeah,
a lot of hot pockets to release that
how
heat.
else in your fanny pack? How's he gonna stay? What is it? Not hydrated.
Amalgamated.
Amalgamated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
You know, the last place I'd like to be stranded is on the moon. And I mean, not
Well,
like
for death or
yeah,
for
for death. Like the South Park episode where they shoot the whale up to the moon and they think they're trying to set it free, like it's like Shamu or something, and they shoot it up there and they're actually killing it because, of course, there's no oxygen up there and there's no water or anything.
There's not?
Yeah, so people say there is, but the whale proved it. There wasn't because the whale died on the side of the moon. You can actually look up in telescope tonight. If it stops raining, if you look at the
You can
clear
see the
sky,
whale
you can see the whale
floating,
Really?
Yeah, every 45 minutes he spins around and you can see him.
but he's dead.
yeah, but he looks like Shamu and he's preserved up there because
Oh,
there's no
right.
bacteria.
Incredible.
To,
Right.
Yeah, and it's like a vacuum, so it's almost like vacuum sealing your steak and put it in the refrigerator. That's what space is like, and so he's not decaying at all.
But I had my DNA shot up to the moon. Maybe it hit the whale. So maybe I am whale.
Ooh, so now you're making a whale,
Me,
bear, pig,
whale. We are
slowpoke.
whale.
We are whale.
We are whale.
Look at it tonight when you get home. Get in your telescope and find Shamu on the side of the moon.
And
We
launch
are the
my-
world.
We are the whale.
We are the whale.
That's right. Heidi from Denver, Colorado writes, Dear Win, what's the deal with all the emphasis on sex and social media these days? That sounds like something new. Not.
You have to pick one. Like it's not an option. You have to
Right.
pick male or female.
That's a starter. And what social media is she referring to? Twitter, Facebook,
Yeah, let's
Bumble,
get a little more
Playfit?
specific. Yeah.
What is she talking about? Huh?
Jeez.
Or she may be talking about the deal of sex, like making deals for sex on social media. I
you
don't
can
know.
get cash.
Right, you can get cash.
Kind of like the slot machines. Now you can play
Absolutely.
slot machines on social media and make money. It's like,
Yeah.
offshore gambling.
And
But
and,
it's legal.
yeah, but
But this
it's
is
legal.
offshore texting or sexting.
Sexting.
Is that what we're talking about?
And it's completely random. Your mind just wanders, and you're sexting
Oh,
offshore.
so like that movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like
But
in-
now that brings up a good point. Does sexting, is that part of this? Like that's social
I would
media.
yeah, if you're
Yeah.
especially if you're using like a social media platform, like
Absolutely.
It's safe.
Like iPhone.
true,
Can't catch anything.
true. That is true. Maybe we
Well,
should,
unless you put, I'm sure some people
Ooh.
put, protective things on their phone.
well, they should, and that's what those cases are really for on phones. It's not for dropping them; it's from protecting you from sexting.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to get any kind of
So the new
STDs.
case is
Check
called
the-
condom.
Right.
The fine print.
Yeah,
Mm.
yep. You don't want to.
We've got you covered.
That's right, exactly. We got you covered.
24/7.
24/7. No STDs are coming through your
Only
ears.
good for 6 months.
Nope.
Replace, reuse.
And recycle. William from London, England writes, Dear Win, I travel around the world quite a bit and I hate flying. What do you hate most about flying and what do you do to help alleviate this problem? Well, you talked about LAX, so every time you fly into LAX, what do you hate about flying the most, Dave?
Well, I haven't had that experience, but crashing and dying because I'm here.
Yeah.
So that would be something I wouldn't want to experience flying.
How would you prevent that, though?
fly on a newer plane.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
there, and you can research planes, which planes crash more than others.
Right.
I have to admit, some airlines seem to have newer planes than others. Maybe they just clean them.
Right.
But I would prefer not to go down in a plane.
So are you saying when you book your ticket, you want to see the model of the plane, then you Google that?
Well, I
see how-
researched, because on most airlines they'll tell you what type of plane you're flying.
Right. And then you can Google it to see how old it has to be. Because,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
What happens if you switch planes last minute?
Oh.
And you die? Well, then it was meant to be.
Once again, playing the slot machine, that's part of it.
Right.
That's
I
it.
mean, it's a slot machine of life.
Right. Random chance.
Getting on a plane is a slot machine. I mean, getting in your car, because statistically you could, there are more car accidents than planes. There are also more cars than planes. So you could really get down to the minutia of the analytics of the situation.
Right. Got a random generator in your head there, Dave.
I'm a slot machine.
What about you, Britt? What do you do when you fly and that you hate the most, and how do you alleviate that?
The worst part for me, so I'm a very small person, and I just I don't need all of that space.
Uh-huh.
Like, can we make these seats a little bit more petite friendly?
Like a child seat?
For goodness sake, yeah. I don't need a whole long strap of seatbelt just flinging around the whole flight.
I get it. You know what?
You know?
Maybe you should sue American Airlines for that.
I'm about to.
You should say, look, I want a baby seat style seat, even if it's first class, because this is too big. I'm swimming around like Shamu on the moon,
Yep.
and I'm sloshing around. That if that plane goes down, I will not be
Solution: Fly Frontier, bucket seat made of plastic, no cushion, tray table in
They're
front of
tiny.
you,
They're perfect.
6 inches by 8 inches.
They're perfect.
You could put a piece of corn on it.
That's
why
all I
don't-
need.
Why don't we do a class action suit together, Britt? Because I am too tall to fly, right?
Oh,
Because I'm 6'4".
So you
and
can't fly?
So I hate flying. You know?
discriminatory.
Yeah, it's totally
It's not
discriminatory.
fair.
But what, you hate it because you're too tall?
I'm too tall.
That's why you hate it.
Right, because my knees.
I
get
think
ma-
there's some childhood thing behind this.
there could be, because my knees don't like it. And maybe it's my knees that are talking from my childhood.
Maybe your childhood knees never grew up.
Maybe that's a good point. Maybe I'm just a little brat when I'm sitting in a.
You should draw
airline seat.
smiley faces on your knees and then fly.
And then
I-
see whether or not them bumping into the person being in front of me is going to make me any more happy.
happy-go-lucky
You walk out with big purple knees because they're bruised.
with smiles on them.
Yeah, but if they're smiling and I'm giving my positive energy, my laughter and my smiles and my good mojo to the person in front of me that I'm constantly jabbing like
No,
this.
but you need a mirror, reflect it back. It's all comes from inside. You need to reflect that smile in your knee back to your heart, Alex.
Dave, what in my childhood was so traumatic that's making me feel this? I really
I
would
don't
like to get to
know.
the bottom of this right
I
now.
don't know. We should do a group session.
Well, let's do it. We got 30 seconds. Give me something.
I'm getting something.
What happened to me, Dave? Why
It's
do I
okay.
hate flying so much?
It's okay.
Okay. What, Dave?
I know. Let it out, Alex. The crayon wasn't a big deal then.
Look what you
It was a
did.
red crayon, Alex. Yeah. I'm
I'm
going to buy you a
you
red
did.
crayon and buy you a balloon and some cotton candy.
Perfect.
Okay.
And I tell you what, we got
Yeah, let it out. Let it out,
one
brother.
more piece
Yes,
of
yes.
inspiration to get you through the rest of the week. Known as Horoscope Corner.
Love, fortune, status. Let us do your astrological chart. Horoscope Corner on World Improv Network.
Hey, Scorpio, guess what? It's your week. There's something you need to be careful of. Undigestible food this week. Stay away from corn. Do not eat corn for 7 days until midnight, 1 week from today, or it will be more than undigestible, and you will have to see the consequences of doing that. But I'll tell you something else, Scorpio. Hey, your good luck charm this week is masking tape. So what you need to do is put positive messages and put masking tape on each pant leg and your shirt, and you will have an awesome week. Things like, I like me, don't kick me, love is in the air, don't eat corn. Put that on your masking tape, and you're going to have a great week. All right, join us for the World Improv Network on AM 1340, FM 104.7, Facebook at World Improv Network, Twitter at World Improv Net, YouTube at World Improv Network, iTunes and Google Play Podcast at World Improv Network, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening to Win on Mile High Sports Radio. Don't forget to be a winner and interact with the cast by sending your suggestions or questions for each show segment throughout the week by hitting them up on Facebook at World Improv Network, on Twitter at World Improv Net, or by calling into the Mile High Sports Radio studio line on Sundays before or during the show. See you next week.